Bienvenidos. Soy la Bruja Espinada, and I am here with your message of the week. So, let's get started. When asked what was needed by the Watcher this week, what came out was the Tower and the Seven of Coins. Where to start? So, the Tower card has a lot to do with a sudden change. The Tower is falling apart. Whatever you've built is falling apart. There might be a lot of unexpected changes, things that are happening that you did not want, that you did not expect, you didn't anticipate, didn't plan for. And it might be devastating. It might cause despair, because that's typically what happens, because it's sudden. But the point is that when the Tower falls apart, it's because there was an unsteady foundation. This is a good thing, though. Whether you've been putting your heart and effort entirely into a project, into a relationship, whether it's familial, business, friends, romantic, it doesn't matter. Whether it's an investment or a business, whatever the case may be, it's not working out. You might have known it hasn't been working out. You've been trying every which way to make it work. You got to scrap it. It's scrapping itself already before you. Whatever the path was, like it's falling apart, whatever the foundation is just not good enough. So this forced change, this unexpected change, whatever it may be, or maybe you already knew the time was coming that it was going to fall apart. This is an indicator. It's done. It's done. Time to move on. However, this is also telling you that regardless of what's come undone, whatever has changed, whatever's fallen apart, it's telling you not to rush. Do not force a resolution. That is the main message here. Do not force a resolution, especially since it's paired with the Seven of Coins. Now, the Seven of Coins is typically an indicator of having planted seeds and waiting for them to grow. It's the waiting part. That's the main thing. You can't force seeds to grow. You can give them what they need, and you can plant 100 seeds, and not all 100 may bloom. They may not. But that's where the waiting comes in. You won't know for sure until you wait and see what happens. And that's what this is telling you. It's all about planning and patience. It's all about using this time to your advantage. You have to use this time to reevaluate where things didn't go right in the past, where things needed to change. You're planning, you're replanning, you are rebuilding at this point. So in this moment of needing to wait, what this is telling you is, okay, you gotta wait, but don't squander the time that you are being given right now. You have to take advantage of this time to properly plan, to properly, what can I say? You have to use this to your advantage. Like, utilize this time to the best of your ability to plan. Be patient. I know it sucks to be patient. Trust me, I understand. I want when I want it, where I want it, all that stuff. Everyone typically does. Not everyone has the gift of patience. But this is a gift that's being given to you right now to build something better, to build a better foundation. As you know, if you have a home, or if you know anything, like you watch HGTV, whatever the case may be, nothing great can be built on a weak foundation. You have to have a solid foundation for it to last. Do you want it to last, or you want it to be temporary? Doesn't make any sense. Foundations with people, foundations with business, foundations with structures, whatever the case may be. You don't want a weak bridge. You don't want a weak building. You don't want a weak relationship. You don't want weak connections. This is an indicator. This is a gift. I am not joking. Listen to me. This, regardless of whether or not it hurts, is a gift. This time that you have, don't force your new path. Be patient. plan. Take the time. Don't let it pass you by. Don't sit there like a bump on a log either. Like, utilize this time to properly plan a better foundation for what it is you truly want. When asked how to get this, what came out was the Moon card. Now, this card actually is further reinforcing. It's all about like fantasies and illusions sometimes. But in this case, in this message, what the Moon is telling you is to take a step back. You need to take a step back and observe. Look at all the rubble. Where did shit go wrong? How was it not built on appropriate? Was it built like a castle built on sand? Like, was the foundation already weak to start with? Don't let the illusion and fantasy fool you. Take a step back and look at the rubble. What can you do to build a better foundation? When seeds start to grow, you'll see which ones are not making it. What is the difference? Why are these seeds blooming and these not? Are these covered by too much shade? Are these not getting enough water? What's the case? Look, observe. That's how you can properly plan. If you're like, well, I tried. Well, what you were doing was not the appropriate way. It wasn't the right way for you. What's really going to work for you to get what you are wanting? That's what this is telling you. You need to take a step back and observe what the rubble has that you can either avoid or use that's better. Now, when asked what needs to be released, what came out was the Two of Rods, the Nine of Elixirs, and the Seven of Blades. Listen up. So, the Two of Rods, usually when it's twos, has to do with balance. It has to do with making a decision one way or another. But in this case, the Two of Rods is telling you to wait until your plan is set. So if you are trying to make a move, trying to take a new path or make a decision, finish formulating your plan after having observed, learned what it is you need to learn from, seeing where you need to actually do better before making a decision. This is telling you that you of course, wait, have patience. Because you have to approach from a new angle. So this is why it's telling you when you have to take a step back and observe, in order to approach this rebuilding, you have to plan. You have to look at it from different angles. You know what? How can I approach this in a different way? You have to look at it from a different perspective. And you can't start until you have already formulated this plan. So before you take the right path, have you properly observed which way you're going to go, which is going to be better for you? Not only that, but it's also telling you that before you set out on your new path, before you start to rebuild, you will know when the time is right. That's why it's telling you, be patient, take the time to observe, utilize this time in the best way possible, and then you will know when the time is right. And that actually goes with the moon, because the moon is all about your intuition. It's all about your intuition. If you observe and you can see, you know what, now if I look at this the right way, my gut's telling me that this is where it went wrong. This wasn't placed right. This wasn't done the right way. We could have gone about this way, or I second guessed myself in that point, and that's where I messed up. Take a step back and observe the rubble, so you can watch, be patient as things grow, and you will know when the time is right to continue moving forward. Now, when it comes to the Nine of Elixirs, the Nine of Elixirs is an indicator that you are almost there. 10 is the sign of completion. It's number 9. You are almost there. But with the Nine of Elixirs, it's telling you that you have the ability for all your dreams to come true. Everything you've been setting your intentions on, everything you've been manifesting. So it's telling you, because you're almost there, you're right there, you have to focus all your energy on what it is that you want the most? What is it that you truly want? Did the foundation crumble because you were building something that you truly didn't want, or wasn't exactly the way that you were hoping for, or wasn't the person, or maybe a person wasn't the right fit? So whether it's in business and work, friendships, connections, whatever the case may be, maybe that wasn't it, or the business wasn't going to work because the company you were trying to work with was almost there but not entirely. That's what this is telling you. So when you take a step back to observe, you will start seeing that, once you start applying or looking at things from a different angle, you'll start to see, you know what, I wasn't putting my focus on what it was that I truly wanted, or I started focusing on something completely different, or I didn't put enough attention, so that's how it fell apart. Whatever the case may be, that's why this is telling you right now is the time to put your energy and focus into what it is you truly want. And since last week was the new moon where you're supposed to be setting the intentions of what you really wanted, next week, Wednesday the 20th, is the full moon when you have to put your manifestations into practice. So, what is it you truly want to put all your energy and focus on as you plan, build, observe right before you move forward? Put that in there. Last but not least, the Seven of Blades. Now, the Seven of Blades is calling your ass out, because what the Seven of Blades is saying is, hey, look, you're trying to be sneaky. You either have been using modes of cheating, whether it's on an individual, and maybe that's why the relationship didn't work out, or you were making a connection with a business, a loaning company, or a friend. You were doing something shady that they became aware of, and they're like, you know what, I can't trust you fully. Whatever the case may be, cut the shit out. This is what this card is telling you. Hey, you can do this. This is the work you need to put in. But quit cheating yourself. Quit trying to cheat others. It's not going to work out for you if you use that mode of trying to get what you want. That's not going to work for you. It's just not. It'll be built. That means that if you're using whatever sly, sneaky, cheating ways, like if you're trying to be a little cheater and like not do your homework, or using someone else's work and not putting in the work, those are tricky methods that are just not going to work. And that's what this card is telling you. Release that, because that's not a solid foundation, and it's going to continue falling apart. And if it's fallen apart so many times, you're cheating yourself. So that's why you need to step back and see where shit has gone wrong. Cut that shit out. Pay attention. Observe before you make your plan or take the step. You need to start planning. This is what this is telling you. Take the time to plan. Don't force it. Observe. It's yours. You need to put the focus where it needs to be, and quit bullshitting yourself. Quit bullshitting others. More importantly, quit bullshitting yourself. When you bullshit yourself, you bullshit others. Even if it's not your intention to bullshit others, or that's not what you're doing, quit bullshitting yourself. That's what this is all telling you. Now, before we run out of time, when asked of the Memento Mori card what the lesson has for you, what came out was Woman and Charm. Woman has a lot to do with female influence or feminine influence, of feminine energy. And so either you've taken advice from a feminine energy, or you know that this is happening to a feminine energy. Pay very close attention. The charm is a gift. All of this message, it is a gift for you. Pay close attention. Now, from the Enchanted Blossoms, the message is joy. And what it is telling you is that happiness is usually triggered by something outside of ourselves. Joy is cultivated from within. This card asks you to listen to your heart and get out of your head. There are ways you can build the groundwork for bliss. Journal about things that bring up positive emotions, experience beauty, and learn to accept who you are and what you are meant to do in this life.
Work on becoming more in touch and accepting of your true self, and joyfulness will follow. Elation is found and grows within your heart and should not be weighed down with the shoulds and coulds. Let go and find joy. Well, I hope that message helps, and I'll see you guys next time.